Speaking of what he does next, Sensei, we just got done talking about Jake Paul Anderson Silva. I want to get your thoughts now. Jake is what, 5-0, right? It's a pretty. I mean, it's crazy. When he's 5-0, it's wild.
This
We're at
man's
this
killing
point.
it, dude.
Well, I'll ask you this: did you believe when Jake turned pro, we'd be sitting here talking about him being 5-0?
No.
I didn't either.
Dude, I didn't think he had. Here's the main reason. I didn't think physically. I thought Logan could.
That's the thing.
Because he had the physical ability, but Jake has transformed himself into an athlete. He was, dude. Look at the pictures, the videos of him and like Deji arguing like in that parking lot at night.
So crazy,
night and day.
Or the one of him. I think Ryan Taylor put one on Twitter of him jumping over Jake while he was like laying under him at the Team 10 house. He looks like every YouTube creator you wouldn't expect anything out of as far as a fighter. Transformed, man. But what I wanted to ask you is, now that he has transformed over these last 5 fights and he is just gone to a new stratosphere as far as his skill level, what do you do with him next? And the reason I'm asking you is because he called out Nathan Diaz, 209's finest, but then he also, today, I don't know if you saw this, I think there was some back and forth that led up to it, but he called out Tommy Fury and said, I'll fight Tommy in the UK if and only if he's the one that sets it up. I'm not doing all this setting up stuff and getting everything and running my promotion just for him to pull out or whatever. He's got to set it up. My question to you is, what do we see Jake do next?
Man, I think the Nate Diaz one is bigger.
I agree.
Just
as far
because
as like
Nate
worldwide
Diaz,
pay-per-view, I agree.
Yes, because it just pulls like Anderson Silva is Anderson Silva, but Nate Diaz is freaking 209. You know what I mean? It's Nate Diaz.
He's got his own built-in fan base. It's like
the promotion, the water bottles flying, the smacking of the coaches, all that stuff. You know what you're gonna get for a fight. You know what I'm saying? With Anderson, you weren't sure what you're gonna get. There was like some potential. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
But with Nate Diaz, you know what you're going to get. You know you're going to get a fight. Someone's going to get finished, most likely. You know what I'm saying?
Nate's going to come to fight.
You're hoping
he's
it's
not
going to
come to do the
decision.
respectful, like, hey, you know, like we talked about with Anderson. He's not going to treat him like a sparring. He's going to come out and try to bang. You know, he's going to come out and let me bang, bro. But what I do like about the Nate fight is there is real animosity. I mean, he slapped the teetotal shit out of Jake's breathing coach. I don't know what happened back there. I don't condone that, but why is that the one guy you go after? And one of his teammates is like sitting there trash talking him after he got slapped. The guy's like holding his eye. He's like, "Yeah, bitch." I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's because it's Nate Diaz. He clearly does not
Stockton,
care.
man. It's the most Stockton stuff. But I do like that fight. I do really, really like that fight. And I think, honestly, if I'm being like, if I was like in Jake's team, that should be the next fight. Because of the pay-per-view, because Jake is going to need a rebound, and we'll talk about this. Did you see the pay-per-view numbers out of Jake's mouth, at least for right now? I don't think they're fully in yet, but did you hear the numbers? Jake has announced this. He did 200,000 to 300,000 buys on this pay-per-view with Anderson. And to be honest, that doesn't shock me, but does it shock you?
No, that seems.
I was going to say
I'm not
high,
surprised. No,
to be honest.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's pretty good. I thought that was pretty good.
I think it's pretty good because there was basically no build at all, right? It was mostly pictures on social media. It was mostly, you know, the press conferences and the respect, and that's fine, right? Because this fight wasn't.
This felt like a regular fight promo. It felt like a regular fight promo, like like Loma and whoever he just fought.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It felt like traditional boxing promotion. Let's get this done. But again, it wasn't even focused around so much the promotion. I couldn't get a hold of BJ Flores until the week of the fight. That's how serious and locked down they were about doing all this. I even tried to, I'll break this here, I tried to interview Jake. I was going to go to Glendale and try to interview him. BJ's like, nah. And their whole team were like, nah, he's not going to be talking to anybody during fight week. And he didn't. So I was like, I thought it was just me. I was like, you know, I understand it. He fucking hates me, and I get that. But it's not that. I was like, you know, said some things. But it really was just the focus on Anderson. And I think that Jake, he said he was disappointed in it, but I think he understands his next one can't do that, right? You can't go
right
and call yourself the money, whatever, because, if you're the guy that draws in boxing, you can't pull those numbers. And that's not a bad number, but I'm just saying, George Kambosos and Devin Haney, they pull close to those numbers. You know what I mean? Like, you can't pull that low of a number and say you're the money, you're the new this. So it does really depend on this next one being a blockbuster event. And I think Nate is that more so than Tommy is, as far as the paper.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? But I will say this. If it was me personally, the Tommy fight is the one for me, man. That's the one.
Yeah.
Because they've tried to make it twice. It's our Tony and Habib in the YouTube crossover boxing scene. John Fury, Sensei. We need John Fury on the mic.
That's true. That's true. I honestly forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Tyson as well. Both of them in the UK, in his backyard. You can't tell me they wouldn't try. I don't know where they would put the event, but you can't tell me they couldn't sell out 10 to 20. Jake and Tommy in the headline. Tommy's apparently pretty big over there. Everybody keeps telling me how much of a superstar he is over there.
Yeah, that's the thing with the UK and then the precursor to KSI, that whole fan base, that whole monster.
And KSI would be in the building and all the sidemen, and it would be everybody there, right? And KSI, it doesn't matter who won, you could set up KSI versus. If, I don't know what KSI is going to do in January, but imagine he's there ringside, right? Jake wins, Tommy wins. He pops in there. I'm next. You know what I mean? It's perfect. But I think truly for Jake and his business, and I think just to wrap up all the storylines, you go Nate first, then maybe Tommy. But
because Nate is the mainstream. That's gonna get you on.
That puts your numbers back.
ESPN Sports. Yeah. That's gonna be back to mainstream because it's Nate Diaz. Mm-hmm. Nate Diaz is a lot more mainstream, especially over here in the West. So
yeah.
That's just,
and you're right.
And
I think he can ESPN,
correct
everywhere.
Tommy, Stephen A. type thing again.
Tommy's not going to make your local news station. It's not happening. So
no,
and that's not. And
I think fault. I think he knocks him out. I think he can knock him out at least.
You think he knocks
which would
Nate
be crazy?
Out. What do you think he does with Tommy?
I don't know. I feel like that would be just a tougher fight because I feel like Tommy would take him more seriously. I feel like he won't walk into something. I feel like it might be a.
Tommy walks.
We just haven't seen anyone respect. Yeah, we just haven't seen any. And maybe I would hope that he would try to use his range and just fight smart. You know what I mean? Please. Yeah, but I just don't know if we haven't seen somebody like respect Jake.
You think Nate would take a similar approach and try to Stockton slap him and point at him and lose rounds unintentionally?
Yeah, to me, I feel like if anyone's going to walk into a trap and feel like, I can walk right through this door, bro. You kidding me? It's wide open. And they're going to, I know they're going to be planning for it. I know that team would prepare for it. And if anyone's going to have that opportunity and take it, it's going to be Jake. Mm-hmm. So to me, this Nate switching stances, laying on somebody, walking forward, his toughness, his willingness to take punches, and knowing that he can, and we know it's the same story. Oh, this guy's got he's got a great chin. He's unstoppable. There's always that one.
I know.
And I feel like if Jake's when have we seen Anderson get knocked down like that? You know what I'm saying?
Israel Adesanya didn't knock him down.
That's what I'm saying. Crazy. So I'm like, and it's also that factor. I feel like because of the fact that it's Jake. And Nate will just be like, what he does. Nate does that to people who he shouldn't do it to.
Nate doesn't care to lose fights in a judge's eyes. That's the thing. He will go, I won because I slapped you. I won because you couldn't put me away. Whatever it was. Like I feel like I won that. I won that shit. That judges don't mean shit. He would do that, and Jake would not say that that happened. Like Jake would skate out with a victory because of it, but Jake could very well knock him out for the same reasons. Like. The non-caring, nonchalant, I'm here to fight. And, again, Nate's a great boxer. Like, you hear it from
yeah, he's going to bring the fight, no doubt about it. He can easily finish him. I think he can finish him. There's no reason he shouldn't. But
the mindset of it.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Also thought that before, so.
I know. But that's it, man. That's where I wanted to add to leave that one because it's like Jake is now he's at a crux, right, in his career. And it's not a bad thing. He's got the pick of the litter. He's got guys left and right, but he's got to choose now. Does he want to continue on the I want to prove myself to boxing route, or does he want to take that side track and say, Nate Diaz, let's handle this business first. Let's make a couple milli, and then I'll go do
That's
the
what I'm saying, yeah.
Thing. You know?
He could do either one, honestly. Either one is just, like, fantastic.
Yeah.
But I do like when you mentioned, John and Tyson and the whole UK side of it.
They rile it up a bit.
Both of them would be
Big
amazing.
Business. Big business, because there's history there, right? There's animosity, there's history, there's real vitriol, and I think both of those would work. He talked about KSI as well. I don't think we're going to get that one anytime soon, but Mams, Taylor, and KSI seem to think 2023 that's the spot. So, again, maybe you fight Jake one time in February, and then that May, June, July, August, whatever, Misfits 5 or 6.
I think it's got to be after. I think it's post summer. It's got to be into the fall winter of 2023.
Yeah. Well,
JJ needs another one. So
hold that thought, because we got another video coming up talking exactly about KSI and Jake, and not the things that you guys might think. Stay tuned, but that's who we think is next. It's either Nate or Tommy Fury. Who do you guys think? Let us know down below. Hit the sub button. We're almost at 30K. See you guys next time.
Come on, come on,